I know you've had a few celebrity guests to come into
Right.
town. Talk about a couple of people you've had in the past, and then we'll jump into what's happening this year.
We've had, well, Billy D. Williams, been over against Ernie Hudson. Last year we had Barry Shabaka Henley, as you know, is from the area. In fact, did you work with him at some point?
No, I didn't get a chance to work with him.
But so those are fabulous people. Terry Vaughn is a bit more contemporary. And we've had some good people who come through. I usually don't like my festival to be celebrity driven. Number one, because they never show up. So I don't want to depend on a celebrity to bring people in. And this year we're bringing in a young woman, Taraji Henson, who visited us last year before she was in Hustle and Flow. She's since been in Smoking Aces, Boston Legal, and in November she co-stars with Brad Pitt.
Wow.
So she's done very, very well. So we're giving her our Phoenix Award
That's
this year.
good.
Yeah.
Now, and speaking about artists sometimes not showing up, it's because they have busy schedules.
Busy, or they get a paying
job. They get a job, and they have to, pay their bills also.
Right.
So sometimes it might feel like it's a slight they didn't show up, but they're very, very busy.
Right.
And what I've found is when they can, they're really gracious.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
are.
I think about the time that Ruby Dee came for Afro Solo,
yeah, it's fabulous,
and did Gregory, Charles Brown, Jen Jordan before she passed away. Just some wonderful people. And I'm like you, I try to showcase mostly local.
Right,
I know you see a lot of emerging. This 10th year
this is our
anniversary.
10th year. We're doing 100 films. Don't ask, 100 films. But we received more than 200.
Wow.
So we had to watch all the films. Not me.
Sure, you have a committee.
But the committee. But I try to watch every film because I can't do interviews unless I can talk intelligently about the films.
Sure.
So we watched films. I think we ended up judging films for about 6 weeks.
Wow.
So finally, we got down to 100 films.
Now, let me interrupt you a second. In terms of those 200, 250, do you find that you enjoy having that many choices to go through, or would you rather just have had 125 to go through? Is the more the merrier, or was it overwhelming?
I like to see what's out there.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
So if it takes 200, and people are just so happy to have a platform for their work.
Yes.
I mean, in fact, I got a call today.
Yes.
For someone who wanted to enter a film. I said, the deadline was February.
Yes.
So we want to give everyone a chance. So everyone's on a playing field. And if I had more days, I could show more films. But I think what we've selected, the cream of the crop. I mean, there's one film, Shoot the Messenger. It took me 2 years to get the film.
Tell us about it.
Shoot the Messenger takes place in London, in the UK. And the interesting thing, the premise of the story is this black man who hates himself and hates other black people. So it's something that everyone should see, not just black folks, but everyone can see it. So it was done by the BBC, and what happened is that the black people in Britain gave it a very, very negative, responded to it very, very negatively, so they pulled the film. So I wasn't able to even get it for a year. I called London, I've called Africa, Nigeria, because the filmmaker's from Nigeria, LA. I've been around the globe, and I was finally able to get the film.
Wow.
We have a film called Something is Killing Tate. We find people always ask me about themes. I don't do themes. I just let films happen organically, wherever it falls. Because if you do themes, you're trying to, I got to find a theme. Right, you have to make it fit. So Something is Killing Tate about this young man who's attempted suicide, and he's okay, but then it just talks about his demons that are around him and his friends, and it's a very compelling piece, but we also learn a lot from it. You look at suicide in a different way, and it's done by a young man who's originally from Fremont, California, and who has a background in mental health. So he was able to make this type of film.
Wow.
We have a film, Tukey Williams, the last tribute. It's never been seen before. We're doing the United States premiere.
Wow.
It's about his death.
You might tell people who he is in just a minute.
Tukey Williams was founder of the Crips. He was also founder of the Crips on one side, and then nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize on the other. But he spent his life spent his life in jail until he was. Oh God, I can't even think of the word. Until he was killed. Executed, right.
A few years ago.
3 years ago, 2005. So it's called Tribute Tukey Williams, 1953 to 2005. So it shows his funeral. There's a reenactment of the death scene where he was actually executed, and it shows his ashes being strewn in South Africa, because that was one of his last wishes.
Yes, he changed his life around.
Right, he did.
Got involved with kids.
Right, he wrote children's books.
Wrote children's books, anti-gang type books.
Literature, but the people at San Quentin, or the powers that be, said it wasn't enough, so he was still executed.
Now we're talking about the film festival. Tell us when it takes place and where it will be taking place.
Okay, it takes place June 4th through 8th and June 11th through 15th. I always 2 separate weekends, because I find that my film goers like to come on film, do films during the weekend. We are in the Fillmore, which I'm really excited. We're doing films at Sundance Cinema, the new cinema, Yoshi's. We're actually turning an old Social Security office into a film place for a screening room, and people can just come hang out, meet the people. Doing our awards ceremony at 1300 on Fillmore, just the hot new place, the African American Art and Culture Complex, and the Museum of the African Diaspora. I mean, I'm tired just saying all this. So you can imagine that
it's a whole lot.
It's a lot, but it's good. Thank you.
And 10 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's been primarily as a result of your work.
Right.
I know there are people who assist and who help, but you're the visionary. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Deserve a lot of kudos for that.
Thank you.
Now, you usually do straight films. You used to do documentaries, and you sometimes have shorts.
I do.
I
do shorts, features, docs, and students. We have another category, students, this year. We also do a kids film festival, which on May 31st. We're doing that at the Museum of the African Diaspora, and they're films for kids 5 through 12 years old. So and within those shorts, features, docs, we do subgenres. Like we have a group of LGBT films. We have one film which is amazing. It's 3 hours long. It's a soap opera from South Africa called After 9, about this guy who's straight during the day, and after 9 he's gay. It's fabulous. I mean, and the technology, that's the thing that has impressed me so much over the years, the quality of the films. Amazing. Amazing. And especially out of countries like South Africa and the UK and the United States. I mean, we're not shabby, but the quality is amazing.
So tell us the website.
The website is www.sfbff.org, San Francisco Black Film Festival.org.
And a telephone number.
415-771-9271. That's our hotline.
Okay. Now, in terms of the celebrity that you're bringing this year, is that for opening night?
No, celebrity will be for the awards brunch. We're giving her an award, but there will be a lot of people coming through. I mean, people should just come and just meet the filmmakers. I know I'm sure we'll have at least 75 filmmakers and cast and crew, because everyone is very hot to come up here.
Is there a sort of a hangout spot?
Well, every night we're going to do a different hangout spot. Like one night it'll be Rosales, one night it'll be Sheba. We're actually having some actors coming from Ghana. They're hip hop. They're hip hoppers. They did a film called Diamonds in the Rough about Uganda and what they're going through. So they're coming in to do some music, and they are protégés of Michael Franti from Spearhead.
Wow.
So he narrated the film.
Wow.
So they will be around. So there'll be a lot going on. So people should just keep looking at the website. We'll update it every day to let you know what's going on that particular night.
What do your films say about us as a people?
That we're very complex folks. We have a lot. No, we don't have a lot of issues, but there are many different stories, like in the African American community. I mean, there's comedy, there's drama, there's relationship issues, there are mental issues. We're just like everyone else. So we're no different.
It's kind of real world.
That's right.
In a few seconds, tell us why people should not miss coming to your film festival.
Because it's fabulous. I mean, that's just one word. It's fabulous. And there's no other black film festival, I don't think, in the Bay Area. So, I mean, this is serious. You have to see your own images on screen.
Well, I can attest to the quality of the films and the work that you will see. I've gone to the film festival almost every year. I've seen something I've tried to, and I attest that it is wonderful. I hope you will definitely go see it. Check out the San Francisco Black Film Festival. Be looking for it, and come see us again in a couple of weeks for Afro Solo TV here on FSSF Live. See you next time.